Awesome. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Sakranka Namaskaru. Welcome to the sixth edition of the Kaleidoscope series. Today's topic is about waste management, and we have someone who's very passionate about this cause to talk to us about it. Let me introduce today's speaker. So we have Victoria Jocelyn D'Souza. She's the co-founder of Swachha Eco Solutions Private Limited. She started this venture in 2017, and you'll soon know what Swachha is all about. She works as the marketing officer and strategy director for this company and is responsible for new business. She and her co-founder won the Namma Bengaluru Social Entrepreneur of the Year award in 2019 for their work at Swachha. Prior to this, she was the proprietor of Pro Tantra, an innovative event management company. And this is an area where she has deep expertise and many years of experience. She also has a lot of experience in business development and marketing in the information services market. And in 2013, in the Karnataka Assembly elections, she was the campaign manager for the Lok Satta Party candidate from Malleshwaram ward, Ms. Meenakshi Bharat. And she was also featured in Mint, which is one of India's top business newspapers. I can safely say that there is nothing that Vicky has not tried her hand at. She's a fearless woman. And I can say that because I know her as a dear friend. And she's all heart, highly empathic person who will go all out for someone. At sometimes at risk to her own well-being. And I'll give you two stories to tell that. She once carried a boy who was badly injured in a road accident and took him to the hospital when everyone else there was a mute spectator. And by the time she got done at the hospital, I think the parents of the boy came in and they thought that she was the one that had caused the accident, and they began to abuse her, but nothing really phased her. The second incident I want to talk to you about is the Aero India show. In 2019, Swachha had the contract, the waste management contract for the Aero India show, just like they had it this year as well. But all of you in Bangalore remember that in 2019, there was a huge fire in the parking lot at the Aero India show. And while everyone else was running away from the scene, this woman, this fearless woman, ensured that her team was safe because that was right where her company was working. And then she started single-handedly pushing the cars out of the parking lot to reduce, property damage. And she was soon joined in by, a few others, and they pushed out some 50 cars before the fire, increased and so on, right? But the smoke did her in, and she spent a week in the hospital after that. Her heart just spills to give and to care for people around her, to friends and family. And the work that she does in Swachha is an extension of that love that she has for Mother Earth. I'm so honored to have her speak in our series, and I hope you will all find her inspiring and put into practice at least one or two things that she talks about today. Today we'll have Vicky complete her talk, and then we will open it up for questions. So without any further ado, I present to you all Victoria D'Souza.
Thanks a lot, Akila, for that wonderful introduction. I'm honored to have you as my friend. First of all, I want to start that way. And thanks for giving me a chance to talk about this. And today, after this talk, I expect, at least as Akila said, at least one practice if you take it forward. I'll be more than happy that I did this today. I spent this 1 hour with you guys. Okay. So to start with, we always say that, in Swachha, our motto is waste is not waste until it is wasted. We all believe that, because there is nothing which can be wasted. Until I think it is a waste, it is a waste. But if I want to turn it into something, anything can be turned into one thing, right? So if you divide anything by zero, is infinity. I'm not good at maths, but I know this. So so as waste. If you divide waste by 0, there's infinite no waste, right? So what we do first, I will take you through, okay, this presentation shows what exactly we do as Swachha Eco Solutions. That is the company we have started. We started as an NGO called Swachha, where we thought, right now, the generation which we are in, we are beyond control. Like after 40, nobody wants to hear anybody. They know everything and they will follow whatever they want. So my idea was, I think what needs to be saved is the future generation. So we started educating kids. We went to schools, we went to apartments, we started talking to kids more. Like that, we will make them understand how to save this earth. So that's where we started. And then we realized when we started doing this, people started asking questions. Okay, I segregate, what next? I will do it as paper, plastic, and do everything, but the BBMP mixes it. And where does it go? That's when, after 2 years, we realized this is the waste is not actually waste. The high grade plastic, whatever you call, at your house, you use Harpic bottles and shampoo bottles, all this gets recycled. What doesn't get recycled is what we commonly use. So nice to see all this, no? We have forgotten our steel bottles, but we like to use this. We use straws everywhere. We use the plastic spoons. We like in our wedding and our functions, why to wash vessels? So we have golden cups. And we are okay with paper. We think paper is okay and we can use paper cups. And then came all sorts of paper cups. And now, thanks to work from home, we all have food coming from outside and n number of dabbas. How many you ask for? Whenever we go out, it is okay, it is paper. Everybody thinks this is a paper plate and can be recycled. But have you ever seen behind? What is it made of? Why does it shine? How can a paper shine? But we are okay using this. When we go to the, our sambar comes in this because we don't want to carry. It is so bad to carry one tiffin dabba. We look so ugly and old fashioned if we carry a tiffin dabba. So we carry in this. Then I can show you infinite number of things which I have, like, I've kept to show. These are all things which we use and we are happy using. Whatever, thermocol, we love using. Paper, we love using. Plastic, all sizes. Oh, strawberries, they just come in the dabbas. They look so beautiful. Our any food, okay, I have a segregation. Why do I have to mix it? Rice, sambar, and palya comes in different slots. So why do I do this? So what happens to whatever I showed you? What happened to that? The high value plastic, as you see, the Harpic, the milk covers, all that get recycled. It has been getting recycled for years now. But these are the things which never gets recycled because you have already soiled it. You have ate food in this and there is sambar left over it. And let's go to that slide. Okay. So this is what we do. Now, when I go ahead here, I will talk about what do we do, right? So we segregate this plastic, which comes to our dry waste collect. In Bangalore, we have more than 129 dry waste collection centers. That is, every household in Bangalore generate normally half a kilo. A family of 3 can generate half a kilo of waste. To 4 to 5, it is 1 kilo of waste every day. So approximately 4,500 tons of waste Bangalore alone generates. And this waste is always mixed. Now, my question to you is, Akhila, if we can go to that other, not this, the other presentation, okay, where the one, Swachh Bharat.
Yeah, one second.
This will come. We'll go. See, this is where our journey begins. To start with, we went, everybody knows about Mawalipura. where all our waste goes and dumps. You know what is the height of waste which is lying there, which is not the first slide. In 2010, it was 40 feet when I went for the first time. This is what you see here behind is above us. This is the garbage dump, which is only from Bangalore. I'm not even talking about anywhere else. And can you see who are the people, the kids who are going ahead in search of plastic? My question to you is, if I ask you to eat whatever you have eaten in a plate, if you cannot segregate your own waste, how do you expect anyone else, any human to put hand in your waste which you have generated in your kitchen? So let's go next. So this is where our journey began actually with Dr. Meenakshi. We went and saw it as above 40 feet and it is with plastic and anything you call it, it is there. So this is how we generate waste and everything in the plastic, everything garbage. We just, for us, anything is garbage and everything is mixed and put it in one plastic and thrown away. This is how we throw our waste, right? So what does garbage do to us? We all know it creates air pollution, water pollution, diseases, your clogged drains where on where it stinks and you don't want to go out and the roads are blocked because of this. It's all created by us. It is from our garbage. So next, this what and all can come from your garbage. Breeding ground for mosquitoes, flies, and ants and snakes. It is a cycle, but why create them? Do we need some more dengue? So, have you looked into your dustbins ever? What and all goes into the dustbin? We put our kitchen waste, plastic, metal, anything comes, it is one garbage bin we use, right? So I've kept this PPT very simple. If you go through it, it is self-explanatory. So I will go a little faster. Next. In this, the truth is 90% of this waste can be recycled. That is if we segregate. If it is segregated out of your kitchen and your house, 90% can be actually recycled and cannot be sent to the dump yard where we go. Next, how do we do that? Our mission should be to reduce and produce less waste. How we will talk it further. How much we see, why must and manage our waste, right? You can actually save money, good food without any pesticides, and you can save water as well. We cannot abuse our earth anymore. We can do everything by our own hands. Our hands are enough. No better machine than our hands. That is our 10 fingers. What are we talking about? Kitchen waste, garden waste, then whatever we more produce. So 3 simple steps we can do our kitchen waste with. Compost your wet waste. If you have a small little garden, you can do it in a bucket. Very small bucket you can start with. Donate your dry waste. That is, whoever comes, you keep it separate. Dry waste. Dry is very simple. A simple word. Dry means which is not wet, it is dry. Any paper, any plastic, anything to do which is not from your kitchen is a dry waste. Put it in one bucket. Let's start that first. Then we will go to e-waste. Then we will go to a hazardous waste. But let's do 2 at least. That is wet waste and dry waste. Eliminate the rest. Actually, how we will go further. Save the time and money. Keeps our healthy. Make garbage city a garden city. We actually can do it. Next. Everyone has a role to play. We as citizens, our local government, the colonies can do this, our state government can do, the central government is also working towards it with a big Swachh Bharat. So important waste segregation rule is this: 60% of our waste is wet waste, so it can be compostable. 30% of the plastic and paper can be recycled. 5% of we can manage, that is your hazardous waste, that is our sanitary pads and the baby diapers can be managed. Only 5%, only 5% of our waste in a year can go as rejects, and even that rejects can be taken care of. How? Let's go next. Sustainability. The first step along the journey is to take ownership and responsibility of waste generated at our level. That is, end use something, whatever you have, till end of life. Nothing waste until it is wasted. Think before you throw. Every time. These few things, you keep it in mind, it will be helpful. Next. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Will we mix harshna pudi, sambar pudi, everything together in the kitchen? How nice are we? We will keep udin in one box, but it is segregated. And we have been doing this for years. It is not like, nobody taught this. So if we can do this, we have started this from beginning. Everybody was cooking in school, even your school books, you took it separate. You didn't mix everything together and took it, right? Your everything in the house, your clothes are segregated. Your washing soap is not with you don't keep it with your shampoo, you don't keep it with something. So for everything there is a particular place in our house, right? The same way, why can't it be a particular place for waste? Wet waste and dry waste. What is garbage? Let's go to the next slide. So as I told you earlier, half kg to 1 kg of garbage is normally, for a house of 3 to 5, is generated. And how do we deal about it? Next, very simple. It takes additional 0 minutes to do it. It doesn't take any hour. It just takes 0 minutes. When you are doing things, you cut your vegetables. We are talking here about, the next slide is about 2 bins and 1 bag. That is the simple method you need to follow. We have given color coding. It is not necessary that you need to have the same color coding. A green bin, a red bin, and a bag. That is what you need to have in your house. The green bag goes into your kitchen. The red bag goes into your toilet. And the dry waste bag can be in your kitchen or anywhere else where you have enough space. So as soon as you cut vegetables, you put all the waste into the green basket. And the one more thing, you do not need to use a plastic liner to cover the dustbin. The dustbin can be a dustbin. You can, okay, you don't want to wash your dustbin, wastage of water, put a newspaper down. Line it with a newspaper. But never use a plastic for the wet waste bin. So whatever you have cut, it goes in immediately to the wet waste basket. Then there is a dry waste. So whatever your kids ate, anything, biscuit packet, paper, anything which is, it goes into the dry waste basket. And the red waste, anything which touches your human body, any human body liquid which has come out, your band-aids, your condoms, your diapers, your sanitary pads, your earbuds, anything which touches any of your body parts of any kind of rejects goes into the reject bin. That is, which is in the bathroom. That, if you want, you can line it, because you feel while giving it, it is actually good to do it in a newspaper, cross it and put a red mark. It's too much work. I give you that lenience. Put a liner, put it inside it, tie it, and give it to your guy, whoever comes in front of your house in the morning, telling it is reject. These 3 things, does it take any time? No. It just took 1 minute. You cut it, you used to put everything together, you just segregated and done. We are ready to go. So next, this is what we are talking about. Organic waste goes into the green bin. Dry waste goes into the bag. The rejects goes into the bathroom. So I have given in this, maybe later I'll share it with you, what is Wet waste, if you have questions, we can go there. What is dry waste and what goes to the red bin. Next. This is normally followed in Bangalore. We call this method 2 bin 1 bag method. And here I have given you a chart. What is a pictorial format? What is wet waste? What is dry waste? What is sanitary waste? How can you give garden waste? What is your hazardous waste? In hazardous waste can go your lipstick, your nail polishes, whatever which has a little chemical goes into the hazardous waste. Then we have debris, that is whenever you construct. There are days. If you go through those days, the BBMP collects it in that way, so you can give it to them on that days. So next, what can we do with the wet waste? Cows are the best thing to do. You are vegetarian. Everything vegetarian can be fed to a cow. So you don't want to compost, it went into this thing. You have dogs, you can feed the dogs if you like them. If you don't like them, keep it aside. But you can do this. They are the best thing who can eat and give you compost the next day. These and the earthworms, there are the only two things who can give you compost within 24 hours. Whatever machines you talk about, who is going on telling you keep this machine within 24 hours, you get compost. No, you are getting charcoal, nothing else. So let's go next. How can you compost easily at home? There are too many. I think we are not going in detail because this will take its own time. Maybe if you require and Akila allows and she wants, then we will go into this detailedly. What you need is very simple. Container, your vegetables. If you have, we use, it is brown, green, brown, green. That is how you go. Brown is your dry leaves, your simple way. This is your bucket. You need to have holes all around your bucket. A simple way to make it, and one hole down in case any kind of leachate, it can fall and it can contain here. So you put browns, that can be your leaves or cocoa pit. Then you put your first day's kitchen waste and cover with browns, leave it, cover it, leave it. So that way you go on putting browns and greens. And then on the 30th day, you open it here and you have your compost ready. Very simple method. And you don't need any microbials. You don't have to buy anything expensive. Simple buttermilk. Make buttermilk. You don't have anything. Just pour a little buttermilk. Enough microbes will be formed and you will have beautiful brown compost coming out. Then microorganism buttermilk. That is what I see. These are different kind of wet waste we can do. This is aerobic method where there is a lot of holes. This is anaerobic method that we can talk about later. Then vermicomposting we can do. And then I think this side. So that we can talk another day about composting. How do we go about it? So these are the ways within your kitchen or your balcony, you can do composting. Very easy to do. Once you start learning it, you will love doing it, because it is black gold. So this is the world famous Vani Murthy. She is, maybe next time if we have, I'll get her here. She can speak to you hours together about composting, and she will, her garden is so beautiful. She never buys vegetables from outside. 60-40 site mein, she has made one good farm. So she is trying to show, I put her picture to show. She is, we call her worm Rani. So she grows a lot of worms. So these are, again, let's, the box I told you about, you just need to have one bucket with lot of holes and you can do your compost. So this is Vani Murthy. This is, we collect, everybody, most of the roads have this, what do you call this plant?
Honge.
Honge mara. Honge maradin banda hoo. Honge is very cold, you know. You just want to try it. If it is hot summer, go sit under the honge mara for 2 minutes. No better AC than honge mara. So that flowers we normally collect because they are very rich in a lot of medicinal value. So we just jhadu every year and we get it and keep make compost out of it. So we're just showing it is out in front of your house. You can put it. These are the vegetables which are grown from a compost from the terrace. Everything can be grown, even papaya. I have beautiful strawberries on the terrace this time. So this is what you can do, where you don't have to, without pesticides, without any kind of chemicals, you can grow your own vegetables when you make compost, and you don't need too much space. So this is a full homegrown meat. Even the rice was grown on the terrace. That person I'll let you meet some other day, and did it from his toilet. So what you need to know, what are the skills you need to know? You don't know that you don't know. Know what you don't know. You do not, I mean to say, you do not need to know nothing, still you can compost and you can manage your waste. So if you think, I don't know, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do this, I don't know, you cannot say that to me next time. Because without knowing, you will do, you know everything. So Bangalore, as I told you, has the best system actually, because nowhere in the country has dry waste collection centers. We have in every ward dry waste collection centers. So if you're giving me a reason that I do, oh, after I segregate, nobody is coming to collect it, please tell me your ward number. I'll tell you where to drop it. And you can drop your DWCC's dry waste collection centers. We do that. Then home composting can be done. Waste pickers on the street can be given. So voluntary waste can be done. Bangalore has the best method. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Next. So the 5 R's we need to follow is refuse. And what you need to refuse. I need to show you this. We go to buy nice silk sarees and they say, Ma, idu batte bag, iga now plastic use martalla, this is batte. I am sorry, this is not batte. This is non-woven polypropylene, which is non-recyclable. This is the reason, if you burn, this is your main reason for cancer. The kind of, if I burn you this, it gives you only smoke, not even fire. Any function you go, we go on asking, okay, what are we doing? Anywhere you go, now it's a new trend. We are not using plastic, ma. This is the white bag you get. Hey, idu batte ma takondogi. Please refuse. This shows, they'll tear also and show you, oh, idu nodi harita ide idu batte. No, it is not. This is non-woven polypropylene and it is very dangerous and I cannot recycle it. As a recycler, I'm telling you, refuse it. It just say, no, you stopped one bag, but you did your job. So all these colorful bags, whenever you go for weddings, you call somebody for puja and nicely give this bag with harshina, kunkuma, tenginkai. Please, thank you. Don't give this. So this is the major thing I wanted to talk to you about, because this is not cloth. So very simple thing. Normally I have, somebody gave me at the wedding and this is my bag with my, this goes always in my bag. It has some 10 bags because anybody I see keep taking bags, I keep on giving them bags. These are very simple bags which can be carried, folded and taken in your bag and can be refused. You can just take your bag along, a cloth bag, and save this. Now, coming next to reuse. Now, what are we talking about reuse? See, these also, this is my kit, which is always in my bag. I'll show you what is in it. This is actually reuse. This is my son's cloth diaper bag, which I've been reusing. And what is in it? One steel tatte. Normally, if anybody feeds me in paper plate and I see anybody giving me, I give my plate and he can put the food on it. Very simple. You don't want to use, anywhere you go, they give you these nicely spoons, very beautiful spoons. It just takes my cutlery. It just one bag. You don't even need this bag. And then ಎಳ್ನೀರ್ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕು, ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕು, ಪೇಪರ್ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕು. ಸರ್ ಎಳ್ನೀರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕುಡಿಯಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಬೇಕು. I have my straws always in my bag because my son needs them. It just takes 2 seconds to wash it and keep it in your bag. Straws, and I have even the brush with me. So this is all available on Amazon and everywhere. So you just, this is small thing. It doesn't even take any time for you in your bag. It just takes 2 seconds of time. But refusing one straw is the greatest thing you can do, and carry this. It's very simple. It doesn't take any space in your bag. You don't want to carry a plate, but don't. But at least the spoon and cutlery, please take it with you. Everywhere. The biggest problem I face is chai. I am addicted to chai, and everywhere they're giving now the new reason, telling that, oh, now it is pandemic, so everybody doesn't want to use. So carry your glass, no? Water, elnir, anything you want to drink, put it in this, drink it, close it, and get it back home and wash it. One little cloth, you need to take it inside. And everywhere, Bisleri bottle. Oh, thannagide, chanagirutte. Why can't we carry our water from home? One plastic bottle, you know how much it takes to recycle? Why can't we carry our home? Maybe drink our own water, no? So one bottle and one glass, one spoon, and this thing, you have reduced more than 1,000 carbon footprints which you are going around with. So it is very easy for you to tell no, refuse. Even in everywhere, everybody is giving you flyers. Oh, adu offer, idu offer. Say no, I don't want it. Everything is available on internet or on your phone. Your WhatsApp gives you enough knowledge. WhatsApp University is too huge. But say no. When you go to get idli sambar, why order Swiggy somewhere nearby? My husband sitting here, he orders Swiggy 24/7. I have not been able to convince him. But still, when I go, you want to get sambar, just take one dabba and one more dabba, idli gondu, sambar gondu. We finished. Very simple. Didn't we do it? I have seen my father. I come from a village. He used to take one bag, and that bag had everything. Every tarkari can come in one bag, right? Why do you need beans gon plastic, tomato gon plastic? That plastic is so thin. It is to collect it. Even the waste pickers will not collect it because I pay them 1 rupee for that plastic. Why would anybody collect it for 1 hour? This weighs nothing. But your milk cover cost 13 rupees per kilo. He will pick that up. This, the whole day he picks up, he won't be able to pick up 5 kilograms. And why would 5 rupees kilo, why would he pick this up? These are the things which go into our landfill. And this cost more to recycle than to, this cost me more than 12 rupees to recycle it. 12 rupees, and nobody pays it. There is EPR, which we can talk later, but these are the things which cannot be. And the black cover, I couldn't find one because I don't use plastic. The black cover which you carry always with, okay, you went to medical store, the one is very unhappy to give you your sanitary pad, so he'll give you black plastic. It has to be hidden. Your chicken, or okay, lot of vegetarians, but lot of black plastic come. If I really tell you, I show you what is the black plastic done with, you will never touch it again. So the kind of plastic what we use, which is coming for 10 paisa for them, it is very easy to segregate and give. Now, coming to groceries, these are my bags. Every shape and size is there. You can go to the nearest grocery store other than ordering online because everything is packaged. I have 5 kg bag, 10 kg bag, 1 kg bag, half kg bag. When I'm going to the market, even for tarkari, you want it separate, take it in this bag, no? Very easy. This is also available on Amazon, or there are a lot of like in the villages we are making self-help groups do these bags. It's very easy to carry, and it can be washed and reused until it is torn. Even inside my fridge, the vegetables go on this, not in the plastic bag. Very, very simple things which can be used and can be. This is another bag which we talk about. This is also, now you have eaten in your plate, you washed it. This I use because whenever there is water content, this goes inside and the water doesn't come out of this bag. So you want to save it and get it your bag inside, your things are safe inside and can take home and clean it. So refuse is the first thing. I request you to do refusal. It is so easy. Oh, idu offer nal sikta ide, one tokondre one free. So we go on taking when we do not need it. So just say no. How much ever you can say no, refuse. Reuse. These are the things which I showed you, which you can reuse. These are the things you cannot be reused. It is very nice to say single use, sir, use and throw. So we do not need to use and throw these things. So we can reuse a lot of stuff. Repair. Because even electronics and everything is so easy nowadays to throw away and just buy new one. And we all are rich nowadays, because TVs are cheap, everything is cheap. So reuse is one thing which how much ever you can repair and use it. My husband is telling I've taken too much time. Then the last thing is recycle. That we are there for. How much ever we can, we try to these are the things what we do. That we come to recycle is what we will do. So you segregate and give it to me and we will try to recycle it. So we will talk about it next this thing now. Let's go to the next slide. This is a poster. So next slide. This already I spoke to you about what we need to not use, what you can take bag versus this bag. Please take this bag. Next. Please say no to all these things. No, 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 no. This is what goes. So this is pictorial. So please say no to thermocol. Even adike tatte, I'll give you the reason why. Adike tatte is very high on oil content. So if you do not, adike yaradu tota nadisidavidre, if you know, if that mattale is fallen, it takes nearly 7 months to reduce. Otherwise, only it will catch ants. You have to grind it to recycle within 3 means become compost in 3 months. If you just throw it this way, it will take 1.5 years because the oil content in it is very huge and it doesn't decompose very soon. So we will not say, okay, I am not using plastic, but we can reduce it where we can. We have plate banks. You have a function at home, please let me know. I will send you plates free of cost. You can just need to use water to wash it. But there are plate banks running, spoon banks, glass banks, where you can go, collect your plates and come, wash it and give it back. So this is the kind of waste we generate in one function. Next. Just throw it, mix it and throw it. So are paper cups eco-friendly? No, they are not. Because if you see it, in every paper cup, how will a paper hold water? However thick it is. So there is a wax coating which is done, a plastic coat. If you have time and you want to find it, just open the paper cup and peel it, you will find a plastic liner. And that lining of plastic is so bad. If you, the microplastic we are talking about goes inside from us. And I just read an article day before yesterday, the human, what do you call it? The baby, okay, has found plastic in the body of the baby already. So that kind of microplastic we are using. So please, no to paper cups as well. So this is how we create any running events, anything, anywhere. Tetra Packs is good. This is how we throw it. So have fresh juice instead of Tetra Packs. It is anyway chemicals. We have mixie at home. We have fruits. So let's make a juice if you want to have. Drink it that way. This is not required. This is about for the women, whoever, we can use the disposable pads, and for babies, whoever has babies, the diapers. There are cloth options. They're beautiful, beautiful prints. You don't get it in Pampers and Huggies. You can, they are so beautiful, you will fall in love with them. So use cloth diaper for your kid. And even women, we can use cups and cloth pad, which we used to do in olden days, and it is more safer now. So we can have this session one more day, but we can reduce this way also. So how many years? 35 years we have our periods minimum. So 4,200 disposable sanitary pads we use in lifetime, and we just throw it away. And where does it go? Nothing gets like medically. If you are in an independent house, I can guarantee it is not going for uh, burning. We call it autoclave. We will just take it, and on a proper temperature it is burnt and ash. No, it goes, you will tie it nicely in a paper or a plastic and give it to the dry waste guy. And you want us to put hand in your sanitary pad because it is in a plastic. Be human. Let's not do that. Because when I see my ladies putting hand in it, when we are trying to segregate the waste which comes in, sambar comes in a plastic, which is how many days old, I don't know. There is sanitary pads, there are condoms, everything is, we are so happy to tie it in a plastic and give it in the dry waste. So please try to put it separate in the red basket I told you about. So 90 tons of sanitary waste is every day generated, and it increases because we have a floating crowd every year and everyone loves throwing. So whatever is used inside your sanitary pads is nothing less than whatever is used in the tire. The white little gels you see, even the kids, this thing which becomes so big, no, you get jelly kind of beans that's made by tire. So these are the options we have: the cloth diapers and the cups, which can come for a lifetime, and you can even swim with it. You can do whatever you want. There is nothing can stop you. With your pads, you can't even do that. You will sleep half the day telling that my pad is not fitting right. So with this, you can even cycle, you can do swimming, and nothing can, you will have no stains. So happily, you can use the cup and do the rest. This is this thing given. If you use the cup, there is no trash, there is no rash. You will not get ever rashes, and no cash. You will save a lot of money. Okay. Last longer. I told you all this about the cup. So swimming, I told you. Okay. How do we, let's come to events. Normally, we have a lot of events at home. How do we reduce waste in our events? So olden days, didn't we eat like this? It's so much fun to have yele uta. It's so tasty and I love it. But in nowadays, what do? These are the weddings we did, zero waste events. This is Dr. Meenakshi's daughter's wedding. There was no, every decoration with was flower and no other thing, nothing used. You use, here it is used, Ayal, and with Sunil, it is thermocol and flex and everything. So we can even decorate it nicely without any kind of, it was wooden base and flowers. So we can do events with zero waste too. So next, so when you use these are the flowers, the hi-fi flowers, we get it. It is non-recyclable because the base what you use behind, it is a plastic base where they dig in. There is a green thing which you see, a big brick, and that is not reusable, not recyclable. It cannot be done anything, and it goes to the landfill. So we can use Chendua, we can use Maligewa. This also looks beautiful and saves a lot of money too. So whatever pillars you see, they were all done by, can be reused again and again. So all the decorations, so other than going for heavy decorations with thermocol, flex, and whatever they show you, we can do these kind of decorations where it can go back to recycling. So these are the pictures. Even my best friend Ramya's wedding was a zero waste wedding. Nothing was used, which was plastic. I'll show you how. So see, I showed you these cups nicely. Mosro paisake aram se we have to use this, which is not required. So the next last wedding was only LA, and there was steel cups, and we used it, and we can go wash it. So this was not used. And even the tissues we got from Chindi market, some clothes, and we stitched it. Even you want hand napkins, I will give it to you. You don't need to use paper napkins. They are washed and kept ready for the next event. So every we have more than 400 500 napkins which can be given to you at every event. So steel plates were used, and everything steel cutlery was used, and the bale ele was used. So next, everything, even water kepas, we had kept only steel glasses. No, nothing was served in the plastic. So this is what we can do. Why no bottles? So we can keep steel tumblers next to the this thing and wash it and keep it ready. Everything here, what you see was the chai and coffee was served in steel lota. And you more than 2,000 people attended a wedding, and it was zero waste. This were the cloth napkins we did. Everything was stitched and kept ready, so nobody used a paper napkin. No glasses, paper glass were used. We used steel glasses and glassware, which were washed and used back again. ಹಾ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಪಾನ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪಾನ್ ಒಂದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಸಿ, why can't we give it without plastic? Nicely wrap it and have the pan open and have it. This one laddu, one plastic. One arshna kunkuma, one plastic. No, we can put it in a paper cover arshna kunkuma and give it. And I seriously don't know how many use that arshna kunkuma. But everybody has to give it. So this is what we did. We bought white papers, and we bought arshna from an organic store, and we put it inside, and white paper mein arishna and kunkuma were given. And everybody were given a basket and a plant to serve. So like that, everybody took home one nice basket as a return, whatever you have to give a return gift. It was a wired basket which was done from the ladies. We did it from Tetra packs, and it was recycled. And the wires from whatever we get it in the kachra, that we had removed, washed and done it. And even Tetra pack bags were given. So this is normally after a large event. This is how your backyard looks, where nobody goes. We go, nobody goes, everybody sees front. This is what you generate with bottles and all that. This event, this is what was generated. The food, this thing went to the cow shed. The flour went to that temple to make that instant sticks, and rest all we composted at her own house. All the tissues and the paper went back to wash, and we washed it. The plastic bag made, all the leaves were taken and given it to a goshala near our by. And next, and we have enough cows nearby. Don't give me that reason, oh we don't have here, we live in Bangalore. I don't buy milk hours. My milkman comes, so whatever vegetables are there, I give it to him. So there are enough cows in Bangalore to feed. So all the other vessels were washed and cleaned and kept back. For your next home party, please contact Victoria. She will give you all that you need. Like that, you don't use this. So please carry your cloth bags wherever you go. Please don't use plastic. Okay, I'm running out of time. And what you let's give our kids a little beautiful nature to see, and not trees. All the trees cut. This tree was cut in Malleshwaram. So this is what the plastic sheet, no, what we had done at the event, we had put it on the board for everybody to know. So these kind of small little event, this thing can be done. So 2 bin 1 bag, that this thing I have given you, where we can go now. Next, you can join those groups, and you can get more information. Like Dr. Minakshi and Vani Murthy, they are too much into awareness and they talk only about this. How do they do it? I do. I have just crossed and handle a factory, but those groups will give you every day tips. How can we reduce and reuse a lot of things? Next. So this is the way you can give tambula. All the ladies, whoever wants to give Arshana Kumkuma, Mora Kodobodu, so we can ban plastic and used alternatives. So no erectnet I'm talking about. We already spoke about. I've made it pictorial like that. We will understand what it is. Then when we go to the question answer, we can go about it. Next.
This is the last slide here.
Okay, now let's go to the Swachha thing, no? Or
the first one.
Let's go to this. So here we talk about what do we do. Okay, so we are around 10 years in this recycling business. What I do is we collect plastic, and we have picture last May, I think. Okay, what happens? Whatever waste goes into, these are the products what we do. So whatever is collected from your home, wet, dry, the dry goes to dry waste collection centers, what we spoke about earlier, dry waste collection centers. What I do is from dry waste collection centers, I collect the plastic. There, the rat picker segregates into around 4 to 5 kind of plastic. That is, your milk cover becomes one, this thing. Then your all kind of bottles, that is Harpic bottles, your shampoo bottles, whatever bottles you use, that is HDPE grade of plastic, it becomes into one. Then there is PET bottles, he segregates that. Then he segregates paper. In paper, there are colored paper and white paper, he segregates. Then there is atte, we call it cardboard. So this kind of segregation he does. Then I come into picture where I go and buy plastic for him because he's put in some effort to segregate it. So I collect that plastic and that comes to our factory. In our factory, what we do, we segregate the plastic into nearly 20 kinds. Now, whatever I have showed you is all different kind of plastic. So now this is polypropylene. This goes into one thing. This is HDPE, very low grade of HDPE. Then through color and the plastic, we segregate it. We nearly segregated into around 23 different kinds of plastic. Whatever you see, it is even this, whatever you see is plastic, but we have to segregate into it. After segregating, we make into granule. The next slide, I think, Akhila.
Sure.
We move it into, we make it, see, you see the first picture, we collect it from home. Then this waste, the dry waste collection center made the lady and the man, they are segregating. Then it comes to the factory. Then we grind it, like how your ragi goes into the mill and becomes a powder. The plastic goes into the grinder and becomes a plastic, the powder. And then that plastic goes into a machine and we make it into granules. You could have, in your WhatsApp University, you could have seen a lot of video about plastic rice, which is coming out. Oh, China has made plastic rice. Sorry, that was not plastic rice. That is what we make. That is plastic granules, which goes into become these things. That was not plastic rice. The granules look like rice. That was this thing. From the granules, I make these pipes. That is your drip irrigation pipes to the farmers. And we do this. And then we have come up with these things. We call it a retile, your pavement tiles, which can be laid on the road, right? So this is done by 100% plastic. There are other people who are doing it, but they add sand or ash, fly ash, whichever is burnt after. But our question to them was, as soon as you mix something to the plastic, that plastic cannot be recycled. Plastic remains for years, right? So if that has to be recycled, it has to go back to the same manufacturer. But this is a homogeneous plastic. And on every plastic, I have put what is it made of. I mention it, what is it made of. It is made of HDPE or LDPE. So wherever it goes, anybody can recycle it. So this is a homogeneous plastic tile which can last for years, and it can be used in your backyard. You're walking this thing, and this has a lock. I have given a center lock, and if you can see, there is a hole. This is to run the water to go into the ground like that, because plastic cannot take water in. So we have done this holes here so water can go inside, and the water body on earth also can be increased. So this is what we do. We do these kind of tiles, and there are other tiles which are on a trial basis. This is for your bathroom we are planning to do, and any color and shape. The best part is you can get it in any color or shape, but right now we have only two, and we are trying to work towards it. That is what I do at Swachha Eco Solutions. We do recycle plastic, and it goes into, we collect waste from all the households, even companies. So this is what I do. This is about our company. How can you, this thing, please do, I request all of you to, how much ever possible, reduce, reuse, repair, rot, and recycle. Rot is your compost, and last, recycle. But the one, this thing is, how much ever possible, try and reduce use of single-use plastic. Plastic is the greatest invention of human. I don't say plastic is wrong, but single-use plastic is bad. Thank you. I think I have taken too much time, and this guy is going on showing me time. So
no, it's just perfect timing, Vicky.
okay, last, well, I forgot to. Okay, this is not wine. This is the bioenzyme. This is another way to reduce your chemicals in your house. This is done by all your limbu, that is lemon and musumbi peels. This is an alternative for your toilet cleaner, your dishwasher, your shampoo. It is all in one. It can be even this thing. One day I will talk about it whenever we want, but this is for your chemical free living. This can be done in 1 month, and this can be used for cleaning your house as your floor cleaner, your toilet cleaner. And if you add some, what do you call, this is bioenzymes. If you want to go ahead and research a little on bioenzymes, this can be, it can be used with what do you call, soap nut. These are soap nut. Where am I? This is a soap nut. This can be added into that, and you will get nice dishwash. So chemical free living is also possible. You don't have to buy Harpic or your shampoo also. If we do this bioenzyme thing, everything can be, you can live a chemical free life as well. So thank you. Any questions? I'm open.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vicky. And now we'll open it up for questions. Let me just stop sharing. Just 1 second. Yeah.
I have a question, Vicky.
Yes.
You, first of all, I think you blew my mind a few times during your presentation. So I was taking notes, especially two things stood out to me. One is about the cloth bags. My God, I had no idea, absolutely zero idea that the bags that they gave you at weddings and events was not cloth. I was feeling proud that, you know, people were giving out cloth bags and all the tambula and all was given in the cloth bags. So, you know, people are becoming more aware and all of that, but I didn't know that that was not really a cloth bag. Oh my God, yes, those designer ones.
Yeah,
in fact, here, even in the
sari ones, whenever you go, these
right,
cloth.
I didn't know that.
No, this is plastic.
Oh my God, that is absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
So how do we know whether the cloth bag that we are receiving is indeed a genuine cloth bag or not?
You will know, no, actually.
Refuse. The first thing is refuse.
So
take your own bag.
Yeah, it's the cloth is, see, Whenever you tie it, if you otherwise you need to see, whenever you tear it, right? See, you see it, and there are a lot of holes in between. When you see it,
Right.
also it is like a perforated, and
Perforation.
like a tissue. Most of the times, whatever you see so clean and nice with lot of prints, it is not cloth bag. Whatever the cloth bag, whichever the shopkeeper is giving you, that is not cloth. You can tear it. Cloth cannot be torn. Cloth cannot be torn unless it is very old kind of this thing. So
That's interesting. Here, even here in the US, when you go to any Indian, events and all of that, now they've started giving those kind of bags. So I was like, oh, this is good, But then this was completely shocking to me. That was the first shocker. The second was about sanitary pads. There was a time when we thought that the invention of the sanitary pad was perhaps was the biggest revolution for especially India, because with using cloth and having to hide it from family members, having to wash it, and the effort that women would go through, I thought that these sanitary pads were really a revolution in the sense that it's so easy to use, it gave women freedom and all of that. Looks like there are better options now which can increase women's freedom even more. Yes, to say that you can do even more things with your life and time than these things. So that was excellent.
Somebody else?
Thank you, ma'am, for that. Your very informative
Please don't call
presentation.
me ma'am, uncle, please.
Yeah, only one question I have. The problem which you face. See, you have classified milk and curd cartons into dry waste, as per your.
Correct.
But practically, we are facing the problem how to make it a dry waste. Is it a wet waste or a dry waste?
No. Oh, I had to cover that. Okay. Now imagine this is your milk cover, right? Milk. Now it is filled with milk. Imagine. Just give me a Caesar. Okay. Your milk came in the morning in the plastic. Okay. We just, this is a simple trick I'm going to teach you. This is your milk cover. How do we open it? We just cut it off the corner, right? The corner fell off. This is plastic, right? Now, this looks silly and very stupid, but it's the truth. This plastic cannot be recovered, right? The outside thing is plastic. So I request you, whenever from here on, when you get milk, be a little smart and cut the milk cover this much, okay? So that cover, the corner did not go, and you poured the milk out. Okay, now I considered this as dry waste, but it is not dry according to you, right? Now, you put little water and wash the cover nicely, okay? Touch water. Everybody's kitchen is has what do you call, tiles, right? Just put it on the back like this. It will stick. All the water will go away. That becomes dry waste again. Little water was there. Otherwise, if you are you don't want to stick it, have a cloth clip in your kitchen, and which side you cut, put it this side and hang it there for one day. By evening, it is all the water is gone, and the plastic is back to recycle. Because when you put it with milk directly, what happens? The stink will come, so you don't want to keep it. The dry waste guy doesn't come. But this is a very simple trick. You just put some water on that cover and just bang it on the wall. By evening, it will fall on its own. It has become dry waste. So milk and cover, whichever carries any plastic, is dry waste.
Okay, but it's not completely clean. It has got some oil content. It will
Don't
not
worry.
go.
We will wash it for you. We will recycle it for you. But you do your bit of doing only this much, of drying it and putting it in the.
What about oil? Oil content.
There is a hot wash we do with soda. It goes in. There is something called Dolly. Next time I'll show it to you. What we do? It goes in. How is your washing machine? The same way. Just baking soda is put, washing soda is put into that. First it is grinded, and then it goes into that. The water gets heated, and the soda washes the oil content and the outside color of it. It goes away. After that, we put it in a normal hot water and soda. then we put it in a cold water, then dried, and it is granulated. There is a process. That's what I told you. To recycle, there is a process. The process takes a lot of money. Let's not talk about that, but it can be recycled. What you need to do is this much.
And to segregate it.
And just
Corporation
segregate.
has been advised to accept it.
Yes,
This
as
condition.
dry waste.
With the minimum of oil or whatever content
Yes,
inside.
yes. Whatever, see, whatever is plastic, uncle, whatever, even your sambar, okay, you have got sambar in the plastic or you ordered from Swiggy. Just wash it a little. Don't put soap and all. I am not requesting you to do that. Now, sambar is left, okay? Throw the sambar water out, okay? But whatever onion, tomato, just squeeze it and put it to the wet waste. It can go into compost. When you put liquid into the compost, your compost spoils. But this cooked thing also, whenever sambar remains, just make an effort to drain the sambar out and squeeze whatever is left out. That is your bevan soppu and tomato, onion, whatever. Squeeze it, remove the water and put it in the wet waste basket. The water can go into the drain. And the plastic, just wash it, hang it there. It becomes dry, put it in the dry waste. So any plastic can be this thing. Do not put, because it has sambar, don't put it in the wet waste. Just wash it a little and put it in the dry waste. That's it. Yes, ma'am.
Well, you told him not to say, call you ma'am. You should call me ma'am.
Okay.
Anyway, Victoria, this was a fascinating.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm.
Okay.
Anupama,
I'm
I can see
Akhila
that.
and
Sorry.
Mridula's. Yes, I'm Akhila and Mridula's aunt. So I'm a family member here. This was a fascinating session. And actually, through the WhatsApp University of India, I'm quite getting a lot of things on recycling of plastics and other things. And I've lived in the West for the last 35 years.
Mhm.
So I always looked up to India for these eco-friendly solutions, you know, because I always thought whenever we went to India, everybody gave it to us in steel cups, steel plates, steel this
True.
thing, or the best one, like you said, was on the banana leaves,
True.
sitting down, eating with our fingers.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved all those things. And then as each time we went to India, we saw the changes that were happening and how they were following the West. So I'm kind of glad that things are going back the other
Back
way,
to
because
normal,
my
yeah.
brother's daughter got married in a eco-friendly wedding that was actually on several
Minimalistic,
newspapers. Say
Minimalize.
that again?
Yeah.
minimalistic and zero waste.
Yeah.
Zero waste. Yeah, it was called that. And they had ideas of like for the tambulam that you said, they gave seed bombs that I thought was fascinating, you know.
We do that.
And but at the same time, I did want to bring one kind of a icky thing that stuck out to me, because one of the suggestions that you had when you said about the steel thing, this thing, you said, okay, get from Amazon. This is one of the things that we've been doing because we are stuck at home. We are getting things on Amazon. And I always want them to
The
put
package.
everything in one package,
Yes.
not send me different things.
Right.
Because the other day we got 2 floss in a big box.
True.
And
Sorry for using that and giving that Amazon so much this thing, because nowadays everybody wants it online. In every Kirana shop, it is available. And there are a lot of self-help groups who are doing this, because when you order from Amazon, the kind of waste comes with that is more than what you receive.
Exactly. So
The
I was
kind
going
of,
to
we
say,
are
you guys
trying
should
to
all.
talk to them and trying
Exactly.
to tell them to reduce the kind of packaging they are
Yes,
doing.
because I loved going to the Kirana stores.
True.
We used to get things in a
Bottle, these
newspaper. They used
bags,
to tie it
yeah.
up. And now in India, there are so many, all these fancy stores and malls and everything. And so I was saying that for me, when I see an Amazon packet, it just actually gets me a little bit upset
True.
and happy at the same time, because we have this big waste box that's come with a little small thing. And then I keep consoling myself that that's the best thing to do, because we have not gone in the car to the store. Okay, because all the stores for
So,
us are quite far
no
away.
way we reduce the thing because of this. See, what I see, it is very difficult. I cannot impose things on people because I may find silly or bossy. But it is true now, everybody wants everything easily. We have been everything is a touch away. We do not want to walk till our kirana store and get our dal, this thing, because we are getting 50% off. What is the 50%? You don't know. What was the price before? You actually don't know. But that 50% big day sale, Valentine's Day sale excites us so much. And if you don't want also, you end up accumulating stuff. If you guys see in your own houses, there will be more than 60% of the thing, I'll tell you, which I've never used for more than 5 years. Like from past 5 years, you have not used it. But ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಯಾರೋ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನೋ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. So we are used to stack up things, There are so many things we could have stacked up, which can be reused actually right now. And, reduce the thing. But everybody thinks that, single use, like we have a puja. Normally, I go to your Diwali party every year or a New Year, this thing. So your food comes in the bags. But when puja thing happens, when you give tambula, these are very small things, very, very little small things, which we just need to put our little head on and say, no, I will not do it. Because there are so many people who will ask me, if I do alone, what I'll change the world? Why should I do it alone? But just because I did not use one plastic, did I change the whole world? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Looking at you, see, it is common phenomena. Looking at somebody, there are too many people who are ready to follow. But if I don't lead by that example, there were people who are laughing at me always. But there are the same people who are trying to make an effort to keep a steel bottle. I'm happy. I was called the waste person, waste lady, always. Oh, this is my waste lady. This is my waste friend. Because, whenever this thing, I was happily doing it. Whenever I take a steel straw out for my son, everybody gives me a look. I'm like, okay, I'm proud of whatever I'm doing. If I could save that one little tree for my son tomorrow to breathe, I'm proud. So why can't we do it? It is just that, okay, washing plate is so difficult. You may say now, getting so many plates, aren't we going to waste water? Who asked you to wash it and leave the tap and wash it? I come from a village where all my life washed vessels in 2 buckets of water. One bucket I washed and put it in the first one, second one washed and removed it. We never had taps. Didn't we manage hygiene? But now we are used to living water and doing it. So it is us who have brought these changes in our life. I have seen my dad going with one basket to Sante and getting everything in one. And it was so much fun to segregate things. But now we want, grapes in one plastic, tomato in one plastic. It takes 2 minutes for you to segregate, or you don't want to use it, take 10 bags with you. It just takes not even, just folded also, it takes no place in your handbag. So taking these small little things, going to a chai shop where they are giving you this damo, and when every day they go to that's one hotel, this thing, and they'll be having chai in this only, how much ever I tell. So they can carry one little glass. And everywhere, say no to this. Please say no to this. Please. This is like, I just can't explain how bad it is. Just out of this thing I'm telling you, I went to see when we were recycling the black bags I was talking to you about. I will tell you the truth. I went to see why is this bag so cheap, 10 paisa or that black plastic or the blue plastic which you get, which is little thicker. How is it thicker and cheaper? Wherever it happens in Bangalore, I went to see it. You know what do they add to the plastic? They call it a filler. The plastic, when you tear it, see, when it is a white plastic and when you tear it, it tears well and it doesn't have this thing. So now this is white, and when you tear it, okay, can you see there is a kind of white thing, whichever you see. That is, they add fillers to it to get thicker plastic. And you know what is the filler they add for the black and blue plastic you see? What it can be?
I thought tires.
It is happening in every very small places where this plastic is done. It is not any big factory, the Reliance factory where this plastics are made. Your old talcum powder, your old medicines which are opened, they powder it nicely and they add it to the plastic. So imagine any chemical when your sambar is put in that the plastic and it reacts. What kind of a reaction can a hot water have to your medicine or a talcum powder? So what is used in the small places, whatever we have seen, is they open the old medicines. They sit, there is one whole place where the kids and ladies are sitting and opening your tablets and your powders and everything put together, grind it, and it becomes smooth powder like talcum, and this thing is very smooth powder. Add it in the plastic like a fly ash, and then the sheets come out and they print the bags. So do you want to eat something like that? Sambar, hot sambar in a plastic, hot tea in a plastic where there is a thin layer of this thing, and it is microplastic which goes into your body. And plastic takes years to compost. So please.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very nice, passionate talk. Thank you. My questions are, this is a very complicated issue, right? People have adopted these plastics and other things, mainly for convenience and so on and so forth. So this problem needs to be attacked from a multi-pronged manner, right?
True.
So what is being done in terms of, legislative approach, right? If you do not recycle, here is the penalty for it. There has to be a carrot and a stick approach or something like that. So, if you recycle this, then you will, for example, here in California, right? If you recycle the bottle, you get 5 cents back for every bottle. And if you are going to ask for a bag in the grocery store, they will charge you a quarter. They will charge you a quarter for the bag. So that kind of thing. If you buy certain things, then there is additional taxes on that. So are there any legislative approach that is being taken? That is number one question. Number two would be your Swachh Eco Solutions. Is it kind of a cash flow positive business kind of thing? If that is so, then it could be replicated, right?
Like a franchise.
Yeah, like a franchise or something, not only in Bangalore, it could be in Shimoga, it could be in Tirthali, wherever, all that kind of stuff,
Sure.
So these are the two questions I have.
Okay. Akhila, can we go to the Swachh Eco Solution wala presentation, and where it says it's a law? There is a sheet called It's a Law.
Yeah.
Okay. I am supposed to be talking, according to my husband, I shouldn't go political. That was the first thing he put me on to.
Yeah, that is true. Even
now,
here it is all being politicized too.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, it is your session. It is not Jay's session.
No, he's like, going on telling me.
Good one, Akhila.
Okay.
Yes.
There are laws in India on paper. There are a lot of laws on paper, on black and white, which never get followed. Welcome to India. Whatever you say, you look like a fool when you talk laws, but there is strict, supposed to be strict laws where you do not segregate. You get fined every day 100 rupees. Actual Bangalore BBMP rules, okay? And if you don't pay it, because when we said we will, people said, okay, if they don't pay it, what? So the law was said, if you don't pay it, it will be added to your house tax. Every year you pay house tax, right? So it will be added there. And when you go to, because every year you have to pay your house tax, it will be getting deducted from there. But this rule is on the paper and never followed. Because according to our political leaders, our corporators, the thing is, as soon as they will stop collecting and find, the person will know the corporator or something, and then they will say, if you do not collect it, I have a lot of black spots, I will go throw it somewhere. So the corporator doesn't want to do it. Reason behind, he has to go ask for a vote. And because of garbage, he doesn't want to lose one vote. This is a reality, but there is a rule. Second, coming to the central government rules, where we have filed 2 or 3 PILs, which is going on and asking for a lot of companies where we say, here it says that there is a policy called EPR, that is end producer's responsibility. So if I produced this is my product, okay? Until it ends its the circle, I'm supposed to, end of life is my responsibility. So if I bought a Pepsi bottle, Pepsi is responsible for the generation of that bottle and it ended its life cycle. So Pepsi is supposed to pay an amount called EPR to a recycle company where it can end that bottle's life. But that is also on paper. Only few people give EPR, and it is a big, I do not receive EPR because I am, the third parties like Pepsi does some EPR in Karnataka. Coca-Cola does some. Now the big companies are coming into place where they pay us around 5 rupees to 3 rupees to 5 rupees, 3 rupees for recyclables, 5 rupees for non-recyclables. Non-recyclables are your Kurkure packets, that is your Lay's chips, which is with silver wrapping. This cannot be recycled. The only thing you can do is 10% of this plastic can be added to your roads. That is one thing we are trying to fight for, that when you add grinded plastic to your bitumen road construction, the strength of the road becomes more. And you can't, now your bitumen roads are going for 5 years. And if you add only 20% of the plastic to it, because plastic is very, binding quality of plastic is very good. So you will not get to dig 10 years to the road. And in Bangalore, as soon as the road is done, it is dug. So why would any politician do it when he can't dug it for 10 years? So that is also another problem. Actually, there are, according to rule book, if we go, there are too many laws which are done. There are very beautiful, like Himachal has done 100% recycled roads. In Bangalore, we were able to do only 2. One was the University Road and one is the UB Road, because that Malia guy agreed to do it. So that one road was done. Other than that, there are no plastic roads. So that also is going on. I'm fighting that case in the this thing, that please allow us to put some plastic in the roads. So that is another rule. So the EPR is another rule. There are a lot of rules. See, if you say Swachh Bharat, when it came in, everything, every order or government rule comes in India is on hoardings or in advertisements or it's on books. How much it is followed is, when I don't want to follow it, how could you ask anybody to follow it? When I do not segregate, it is my rule. How many of us segregate? This has been a rule and it has come every day. BBMP did announcements. I remember there was an auto announcement, there came on paper. How many have we followed it? So when we can't do it, how can I ask the whole world, whole country to do it? So there are a lot of laws, there are a lot of things which on paper. So 2005, this is 2 bin 1 bag was there. BBMP empowered fines for segregation. Several packaging and mixed waste was this thing. Dry waste, plastic, everything collected should be given to KSPCB, is the Pollution Control Board of Karnataka, where I give my reports that today I recycled this much, I didn't send it to landfill. And one more good news I am I really proud of and I want to share. In this 10 years of Swachh Eco Solutions, We have not sent even a kilogram of waste, a kg of waste to the landfill. That I'm very proud of to share today, because whatever we do, we reduce, we recycle. And the second question is, you will ask me that whatever cannot be recycled, what I do. This is an interesting fact. What we do is, we do not send it to the landfill, we send it to cement kilns. Okay, because cement kilns use coal to burn cement, to make sand and all that, right? And when on a right temperature and a right thing, if the plastic is burnt, the pollution is reduced more than 90%, and it has the calorific value same as coal. So they mix it with coal, so the reduction of natural resources is done, and this plastic is burnt at a right temperature and made cement. So everything goes for a proper burning, and the ashes, whatever remains, also comes to a use, and nothing goes to the landfill. So this is what we do. And this is the law. I hope I answered most of it.
Yes, thank you.
The second question regarding this franchises, he asked, that whether it is break even for your company, whether
No, it took me 9 years to break even, because there is no kind of support from the government. There is no subsidy. See, the pipes, the irrigation pipes, what we make, when it is ISI brand. ISI is when it is a complete, what do you call, virgin plastic, say made, government gives you 60% subsidy. And when I do it with recycled plastic, there is no subsidy. So nobody will buy a recycled plastic when he's getting it in 15 rupees and this is 60 rupees, nobody want to buy it. So that is another fight we are fighting. And to reach this 8 years, we have worked without salaries, without money. There was somebody at home who was working and some friends were helping. So I was able to survive. But 8 years, we have not reached, this is the 9th or 10th year. We have reached now where we are able to pay everybody properly, but not reach like, if can, like we have reached break even, but not profits. Because we had a very bad fire incident last year. I was burnt completely. So my around 8 machines and half the godown was burnt. So that is another loss which I had to bear on. So we do not get any kind of government. On paper, there are a lot of things. The only help we got from the government was the shed, which is given without rent. Rest all to give it. Anybody who is interested can come work with us. There is nothing we hide. Everything is an open source. What to do, how to do, we will tell, but on their own risk. Because financially, I cannot support. But if there is somebody who can raise funds and do it, you're more than welcome to do this. And we will. Knowledge transfer will happen at zero cost, and we'll be more than happy to help give whatever knowledge we have.
So I have one question to this. You said the younger generation are to be educated on this rather than the senior people who have got a mindset. I fully agree with that. And I am working with the Lions Club, and we take we have adopted some government schools, of course, before this pandemic came in. So we are taking them to different factories or say maybe this Bangalore dairy and all, just to increase their knowledge.
A lot of kids come to our this thing, so you're always welcome to come.
Whether we can work with you and bring some children who are above a particular age, and they will understand the dry waste segregation, how it is done, all these things, so that they can adopt it in their houses and educate their parents.
Yes.
So whether this is allowed?
You're always welcome, uncle. There are a lot of schools we get in, like, per year, I keep a target of around 60 schools to complete. I do some 30 government schools and 30, because that also involves a cost and nobody was there to fund. Last year, Bisleri gave us some funding, so we covered some schools. But there are a lot of schools who keep coming, the college students who wants to intern. There are a lot of kids who come up with a lot of ideas. There are a lot of kids, like 10th standard kid came up with a brick idea and we helped him. So they always can come whenever you want to visit. Please give us a day's notice, like that I can arrange everything for you. They are always welcome to come to the factory to see how it goes.
Thank you. Another question is regarding the basic workers in your area, that is the rag pickers. So we have to do something for these rag pickers who are the first line workers to collect waste, and mostly in Bangalore, as you said, there are all black spots, and these are the people other than the even municipal corporation people also will not be able to pick up the waste, and they are doing so much of good work. They are to be educated, and some health, this thing. Is there anything that is being done by some NGOs or anything?
Yeah, what we do is every year we take care of, we ask some funding and we do their health checkup every year. And then they are given proper gears. And the best thing we do is we pay them on time. That is the most important stuff. And then their kids, we do try to push them to proper schools, and they are going, we keep a check on them. All our employees in the dry waste collection centers get financial support whenever they need, because they need to collect plastic, whatever comes to them. So what our NGO doesn't, we don't handle it ourselves. Like 123 different wards are there, no? Everywhere I have made a business manager, where every rag picker is the owner of that shop. So whenever he needs support, we give him that support to run that shop, and I buy it back from them. So he independently becomes a business owner of that place. So none of our people who are working with us are our employees. Great. They are their individual business managers in their DWCC. So after we handhold them for 1.5 years until he keeps all the records ready. After that, we leave them free, but we follow up on the data and collect plastic from him. So he becomes his own and he makes his money. So whatever comes to the factory, only at our factory, we have employees who do run my machines and segregation, and the daily wages ladies, they are paid every Saturday. Once in 6 months, we do their health checkups. All that is taken care from our side. And for Paura Karmikas, we do tie up with Lions Club, and there are Sadashiv Nagar Lions Club, or I don't know which, but they do come, they help us with health checkups and all that stuff. So we do take care of that.
I think
if you want to, you can always help us too.
Okay, thank you. Great.
Any help is...
The apartments, the welfare associations of the apartments, if they are all well educated, they can do a lot in this area.
True.
I'm living in an apartment with only 32 apartments, but we have several issues, and we are fighting almost every meeting that the segregation is not proper. We have put these cameras to find out and all that, and then we fight, we penalize them. Still, the segregation is very difficult. Now, with the great efforts, we have been able to segregate the wet waste without any mix-up. As you said, that one point I liked, that the lining of the wet waste with some black, that is continuing. And in the shop, you say that they say that particular waste bags are made of some kind of this thing which will just go into the compost.
Biodegradable.
No, biodegradable. There's no biodegradable plastic. It's a myth.
They have even printed it on the back.
Yes, they have printed. There is one case put on them also. That's also going on. Yeah. We just put on cases and sit over it, thanks to a legal system.
It's a big company, but they have printed also that this is biodegradable, and they have increased the rates.
True.
And I'm using that now. Year after
please don't use it.
I will use and I'm telling our people to not to hand it over to the maid also, that we should go and do it, so that we will know that if you are on hands-on with your own waste, definitely you will understand the difficulties of the Paura Karmikas. Who will have to put their hands into all these things. And so I go, and about 80% of the people have now, especially ladies, they go themselves and put it in the I spend about an hour or two on this work only in the mornings.
So what do you do with your wet waste? No, I think we should take it offline.
We have not been composting. That BBMP collects it, and we don't know.
Wrong. That is another penalization. You are not supposed to give it to BBMP. About 10 apartments, you are not paying cess. So your waste is your responsibility. So you have to pay somebody like us to take it, segregate it, and this thing. So per house, there is, because you are not, apartment guys are not paying cess to the government. You are exempted by it to manage your waste.
That is 10, is it? We were told 50.
No, 10.
Okay.
10.
Let us see. Now one Green Brigade has.
Now another fight you are going to have with your whole this thing.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You're making a difference for sure.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you.
In Trader Joe's, we have a store called Trader Joe's. They do have something that is very soft. It is called a biodegradable bag.
It's
I'm not
made
sure
of
if I
starch.
have, but I'll bring it and I'll take pictures and send it to Akila or Mridula. Mridula probably even knows it because you have the option of picking that.
Okay, you don't have to send it to anybody. Just do this homework yourself. Put it in water, dip that bag in the water and keep it. If it dissolves, it is biodegradable and proper starch. If you want to still.
But after how many hours or
within
how many
1
days?
day,
Because
1 day, if it is biodegradable, and if you put it in warm water or like lukewarm water, it should disappear. If not, cut it into pieces, and if you have a little mud, keep it inside and check. Within 10 days, if it is gone, then it is biodegradable. Otherwise, it will never go. That check you can do. Because the only thing you can use is starch, and starch can't hold it for a very long time. Hot things or anything it cannot use. So there are polymers which they're trying to do, which they are saying biodegradable, but there is nothing which has come to India till today which is biodegradable, because everything which said biodegradable is tested and we have seen it. Nothing is biodegradable.
Even one more question from my mom.
Hello, Vicky.
One question I have. This banana leaf, is it good for as a fodder to the cow or as a composting? Which is
anything? If you can feed it to the cow, very good. If you cannot feed it to the cow, please compost it.
Hello, Vicky.
Yes, auntie.
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮನೇಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಸನ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ರುನು ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು 2-3 ಸರ್ತಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಮೊದ್ಲು ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಬೇರೆ ದಿವಸ ಏನೋ ವೆಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ರುನು ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನಾನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಮ್ದು ಅದು ಟ್ರಕ್ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಟ್ರಕ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಡ್ರೈದು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ವೆಟ್ಟದ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ?
ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅದೇ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಂಟಿ. ಇದು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಮಗೂ ಈಗ ನಾವೊಂದು PIL ಹಾಕಿ ಅದನ್ನ ವಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ 2 ತಿಂಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಒಂದು ರೂಲ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ವೆಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ನ BBMP ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ BBMP ಮುಟ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಟೆಂಡರ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಟೆಂಡರ್ ಬಂದು ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನನ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಹೇಳಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾರ್ಡಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ವಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾರಪ್ಪನ್ ಪಾಳ್ಯ 44. ನಿಮ್ದು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೋಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರ್. ವಾರ್ಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ನನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಎಳಿಬೇಕು ನೋಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ ಕೆಲ್ಸನ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಡಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು. ಒಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ರೂಲ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ದಿನಕ್ಕೊಂದ್ಸಲ. ಈಗ ಮೊದಲು ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಒಂದೇ ದಿನ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನು ಬರುವ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 ದಿನಕ್ಕೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ಗಾಡಿನೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದು BBMP ಗಾಡಿ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟರಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ನ ನೀವು BBMP ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ನ ನೀವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಬರುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನೀವ್ ಯಾವತ್ತಾರು ವಾಕಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅವನು ಅದನ್ನು ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
Correct.
ಸೊ ಲೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ನಾನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ವಾರ್ಡ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ NGO, ಎಲ್ಲ NGOಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಸಲ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವಾರ 1ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ 7 ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ. BBMP like ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಮಾಫಿಯಾ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಆನ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನೆವರ್ ಎಂಡ್. ಈ 1 ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 1 ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ 7 ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಟಚ್ ವುಡ್. ಇದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ನಮ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೂ ಬಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ನ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡಿ. ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವ ವಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಆದಷ್ಟು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಟು ಅ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್. ಯಾವುದನ್ನು BBMP ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಾಫಿಯಾ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾ ನಾನು ತಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದ, ಅದು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವನ ಹಣ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಆಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ನಾವು ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಬೆಂಕಿ ಬೀಳ್ತದೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಬೀಳ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ನೆಕ್. ಈ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಕಲ್ತಿರೋದು ಅದೊಂದೇ. ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು
ಬಗ್ಸ್ಬೇಕು,
ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾವ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕೊಡುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10 ವರ್ಷ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ನಾನು ಹಣ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ನಾನೊಂದು ಕರೋಡ್ಪತಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಕಿ, ನಾನು ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮನೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಖಿಲ ನನ್ಗೆ ಆ ಬಕೆಟ್ ತಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಸುತ್ತು ಹೋಲ್ ಇರೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೋಕೋ ಪಿಟ್ದು ಬ್ರಿಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ,
ಹೌದು, ಅದನ್ನ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ
ಅದನ್ನ 1 ಲೀಟರ್ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ ಸೋಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಕಿಚನ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ 1 ಮಂತ್ಗೆ 1 ಬಕೆಟ್ ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟ್
ಹೌದು, ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಆಂಟಿ ಆ ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ವಾರಕ್ಕೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಕಡ್ಡಿ ತಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವಿಕಿ.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿನ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅದ್ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಹುಳಿ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದಷ್ಟು ಅದು ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಗ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡಬೇಡಿ, ತುಂಬಾ ನೆರಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡಬೇಡಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದಿರುವ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಆಂಟಿ.
Umesh ma'am, I think you had a question. Oh, no, I think you did. Yeah, completed. Anyone else? Any other questions?
Actually, there is one in the chat. Srikantanna had asked. He said, I understood from your session that we are not aware on many things. I believe a lot of things there are that we can learn and act. Is there any short video available which can give us tips to follow?
Okay, I will try to share it with Akhila, like, you know, whatever that small thing, whatever we have made of, I don't think I will find something.
Yeah.
Or I'll make it soon for you, which can be home made and you can use it. I think that's the only request is that do not use single use plastic.
In ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ವಿಕಿ, ನೀನು ಅದು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕೋದು ರೋಡಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಹಾಕ್ತಿರಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು.
ಅದು ಜಾರತ್ತಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಂಟಿ, ಜಾರಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಪರ್ಫರೇಷನ್, ಅದು ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಈಗನೇ ಇದನ್ನ ಇನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಗೆ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅದೇ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಬಕೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ರೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಚಿಕನ್ ಅದು ಪುಡಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಒಂದು ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ನಾನು 15,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ, ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 15 ವರ್ಷ 15 ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು 1 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು. ಅದೇ ಮಳೆ ಬಿಸಿಲು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ಅದು 1 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ 25,000 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು 15 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಹಣ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನನ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಬೇಡ, ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಪೌಡರ್, ನನ್ಗೆ ಪುನಃ ಅದು ಮಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಒಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಣ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಮುಗಿಸಿ ದೆನ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ತನಕ ಯಾರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, 2-3 ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ಪರಿನೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
So any more questions? I think I have taken too much time.
No, that's fine. I think until 8:30 was our regular time. We've gone a little 20 minutes, slightly more than that. But I think that's because of the questions. A lot of people had questions, which is really nice to see that, there's a lot of awareness and a lot of, like Mridula said, mind-blowing information that you've given us, Vicky.
Thanks a lot, Akhila. Hope you guys try to follow it. Try to not use a single-use plastic.
Yes.
Especially the
refuse is the easiest thing that we can do.
Yeah.
By carrying our
reuse is the easiest thing we can do. And reuse and reuse at least.
Yes.
Reuse and reduce is the main thing. And start saying no, I don't want it. You can say no.
Yeah.
One last question before we go. So the containers that you get from restaurants when you order, should we wash it and then put it in the dry way?
Yeah. Just, you don't have to use soap or anything. Just rinse it. Rinsing is good enough. Rinsing and putting it is good enough, because anyway after it comes to us, we have to shred it and wash it.
Okay, got it.
And you may ask, in case, so you think that I am going to waste so much water. No, even water we take care of. I said we have 5 pits. Whatever water goes in, there is a pit which is made. The first pit is with a layer of coal, jelly, sand. So the water goes through it. Then the second pit is with the sand and this finer sand and this thing. So it goes through the 5 layers of the pit. The next day morning, the same water we use it back. So minimum 20 to 25 times we use the same water until we leave it out.
Excellent. Thank you.
ಪಾತ್ರೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತೊಳೆಯುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಮೊದಲು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನವರು ತೊಳೆಯೋದು ಒಂದು, ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ತೊಳೆಯೋದಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ವೆಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಬಕೆಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಳುಗಿಸಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಾತ್ರೆ ತೊಳೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಕ್ಕುವವರು ಬರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ನಾಳೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಡುವಾಗ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಧ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಆಗಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ಅವರು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ನೀರು ಕೂಡ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ ಡಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ವತದ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯನ್ನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುದುಂಟಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ಟ್ಯಾಬು ತರ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಅರ್ಧ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ.
ತಿಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಲೇಟರ್ ಅದು ಡ್ರೈ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೆಲಸ.
ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ ಬಂದು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ ಇಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕೈ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ ಒಳಗೆ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಯಾರ್ದು ಬೇಡ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬಂದು ಇದನ್ನ ಈಗ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಕೈ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳುವ ಮನುಷ್ಯತ್ವ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾ ಬೇಡ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್. ನೀವು ಕೊಡುವ 30 ರೂಪಾಯಿಗೆ ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಸದೊಳಗೆ ಕೈ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್? ನೀವು ಮಾಡುವ ವೈಟ್ ಕಾಲರ್ ಜಾಬ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲಕ್ಷಗಟ್ಲೆ ಸಿಕ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ 3 ತಿಂಗಳ 6 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರ ಲೈಫ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಬೇಡ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರು ಇಳ್ದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಒಂದೊಂದು ದಿನಾನು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಸ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ನನಗೆ. ಈ ಏರೋ ಶೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸಲ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಫುಡ್, ದ ವೇ, ಲೈಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಣ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ? Like it is not about that money we have, it is not that. Bloody, you don't, sorry to use that, but the kind of food which came in, like 250 bucket, like, was paneer butter masala from a 5-star hotel, was just unused, but put it in the dustbin. The maida of like your roti was this huge, like more than 50 kilos. It was in the dustbin. Your food, if I show you pictures of where my men and women put hand, where we put hand and remove it, it's, yeah, your plate, this plate, my food was like that. It was covered. And after 2 days, you put it in the dustbin. I have kept a wet waste, dry waste so clearly printed on it. Dry waste, wet waste. You just had to open it. You finished. You had to just tap it. You didn't even have to put hand. But we can't. You just dump it in one bag and go. How do you expect anybody to put hand in your stuff? If I show you pictures, you will not eat food today. So I don't want to show you that. This time what we have done. This time I had like literally, I was about to hit that Sheraton guy. I'm like, how can you do this, man? How can you? You could have given a call. We could have sent this food to some ashram, some kids.
Yes.
The ladies took away bread from, like, so much bread was there. It was in the dustbin. She just removed it, ma'am, ishton chanagide, and she ate it. And I like, no, don't do it. Like, we could have given this, ma'am, paneer butter masala. The paneer was this huge, the 5-star this thing, and they could have given us in the evening. We could have taken it home. So don't waste. Do not waste. How much, like, you know, ide anta, like, ashtu waste madudu. Whatever remains, give it to your maid, give it to a dog, feed somebody other than putting it in the dustbin. How much ever possible, like, reduce, man, reduce. It is like,
we have to
reduce
our consumption.
Yeah.
Very,
Free
very
ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ 1 kg ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಇತ್ತು ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ ಗೆ ಹಾಕೋ ಬದಲು, how much ever you want, buy it that much, no. And whenever you think this you're not using, just give it to somebody. Give it to somebody. Somebody else will use it. What takes? You have already paid for it. There is nothing you can do. Other than rotting it, give it to somebody. Even your clothes, you know, we buy so many clothes. We can hand it over to somebody who can use it other than your undergarments. The kind of undergarment come into us, I'm like, nonsense. Why are they wearing so much? There is nothing I can do. We are trying to see what can be done by that. The kind of waste what comes in, my house is filled with half the waste only. Whatever you see is, I have bought it from the factory. I'm like, oh, I can use this to this. All my terrace garden is with the drums which has come out from there. The paint dabbas. You don't have to buy pot. There are paint dabbas in your house. There are buckets which have come that can be used. Why do you need to buy a pot to look good? The same thing grows in whatever. You can have one bottle other than buy some 10 colorful bottles to show off. Why? It is about reducing. See, if I talk, no, I will go on this. I don't want to, and people will get bored of me, and you will do
one more
do now also. So I will end it, because like, it gets into me when there is so much wastage I see, or, you know, there's so much. What are we going to live? Like, I'm worried, where will Vyom, will he be able to see a forest? We have lost gubbachis. There are no birds anywhere we can see. So will we, what are we giving them? Why have we got them on this earth? It's bad to say I regret. Like, did I do a mistake? Which kind of world am I going to live in?
I think there's a lot of requests for part 2 of this session. I think your talk has been really, really inspirational. So I think we should do a next talk, and perhaps more, you know, specific. Thanks, Ramesh Ma'am also is giving us a thumbs up. So I think we'll go into perhaps more detailed, specific sessions, so that we can look at all of these things. So with that, if there are no more questions, I think we'll end the session for today. And we will send you all the small videos that you can look into over WhatsApp later. So thank you so much, Vicky, for your talk, and thanks to this beautiful audience who had really engaged with all of us and asked all these questions and are trying to make a difference. So you all rock. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone, and have a good morning, Amrudullah.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.